Hi guys, I'm Shreya and this is Decoding Code. If you're new, this is the place where I'm currently teaching you guys Java, and the plan for this episode is the plan for this video is we will go through a sort of exercise, and you'll see that the little code part is blacked out because I don't want you to see that just yet, because I'm going to give you an exercise for you to do. And why I'm doing that is because I've already taught you guys most of the basic concepts that you need to start actually coding. So now what I'm going to do is sort of help you guys and teach you guys how and when and where to put those concepts and how to use them in your code to make it more efficient and just work the best it can. So the exercise for today is, it's actually a pretty simple prompt. All I want you to do is get a positive integer from the user, and then I just want you to reverse it. So basically, if they give you 12, then I want you to give back 21. And you can see below in the console, I gave 54 and it gave 45, and I want a positive integer, so I made that positive. And if they enter letters or something like that, I want you to have them enter a different one. And yeah, just make sure there are no errors. And yeah, it's a pretty simple prompt, but you can actually learn a lot from this. I certainly did. If you want, I strongly recommend that you go over and do that right now, and you can come back after you finish to see what I did and see maybe if you can make your code a little bit more efficient and yeah, a little bit better. So yeah, you can go over and do that right now. I shall wait. Okay, I'm done waiting. So you'll see that the thingy is not blacked out anymore. So we're just gonna go over my code. So here I have a method, and I'm using a method because this method, all of this is just to get that one input from the user and make sure that it is the right input and that it's not letters or something like that. And so this is my getting it from the user. I stuck this in a try-catch statement. If it gets an input mismatch exception, meaning if the input is a letter, not a number, then I want to set this Boolean error to true, and then I keep doing it while error is true so that I can go through this try block and make sure that it goes through all of that without a hitch. And then if it hits this error, then it'll have to go through it again. And then I'm just returning 0 because it wants me to return an integer because it's an integer method. Now we're gonna use it. So I'm making an object of that class, okay? And then I am naming my variable, and I'm putting an integer digit, and we'll use that later on. And I'm also making an integer num, which is object.getNum, which was this method. So I'm basically just getting the number from the user, asking them enter a positive integer because that is my message here that I want to tell them for them to enter it. And also I wanted a positive integer because in this piece of my code I need something that's positive, because that depends on it being greater than 0. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply it by -1 if it is negative or less than 0, because then that will just turn it positive. And then in this piece of code, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the modulus and division to kind of go through each one and then reverse it, is because I'm going to make a while loop. So while num is greater than 0, digit is going to be the modulus of num divided by 10. Because if the number is like 1, 2, 3, 4, then if you divide it by 10, the modulus would be that 4. So then I would print that 4 because I'm printing that first, and then each time it'll go through, divide it by 10, the next modulus would be 3. So then it would print 3, and then when it goes through the whole thing, it would print as 4, 3, 2, 1. And then after I've printed it, I want to get rid of it, so I just divide it by 10. And since it's an integer, it'll just get rid of the decimal and completely just cut that off, even though it's 0.5 and it just doesn't round at all. It'll just cut off that decimal, and then we can start with a brand new number and print that. So I hope that made sense. And we're doing it while num is greater than 0, because on the last one, say we're doing 12, it'll get the modulus of 12 divided by 10, which is 2, and then it'll cut that off, and then 1. So when we have 1, it'll get the modulus of 1 divided by 10, which is just 1, and then we divide that by 10, that would be 0.1, and then since it's an integer, that'll just become 0, and 0 is not greater than 0, so then it'll stop at that point at the end of the number. And after we've gotten all of our numbers that we want there. So that is this piece of code. We're just using the modulus and dividing it to get it to kind of print the numbers in the reverse order. And before I do that, I'm just printing out this is the reverse of your number, and then I'm gonna do that since I'm printing each digit out separately. Yeah, I made a method because I might use this more in the future, so I could just get rid of that extra code and use this method again. And it's just simple, just getting a integer from the user. I might use this a lot in future code, so I could just access this since it is a public method, and that would just be a lot easier, and it's just way more efficient. So I hope you understood this. If you did learn a lot from it, good job. I did too while I was coding this. It was very fun. Yeah, I guess that is the end of this short video. It was just me telling you guys about a certain exercise and then going through it, and we did that. So yay for us. If you liked this video, like it. If you didn't, you can dislike it. But please subscribe to the channel. It is literally free and it literally helps me so much. So please subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload for more videos like this. And comment down below any feedback or questions that you guys might have for me. I upload every single Monday, so I will see you guys again next Monday. Bye guys!